with more betting news and commentary from Fakenham. Utoxeter 210, first number 13, Percy Thrower, 11-2, second number 6, Choo Choo Boogaloo, 10-1, and third number 1, Ace Ventura, 10-1, non-run at number 10, and 12 ran. Yeah, very well supported second favourite, Percy Thrower, for that opener at Utoxeter, and has landed the spoils in the first-time visor in most emphatic fashion. Fakenham's our other venue are already underway there. The 225, the next on their card is a 2.5 mile hurdle race, and early show betting has Trapper Peak as the market leader, shows at 3-1. It's 4-1 for half a piece. 11-2 Late Night Lily. Smart Getaway, that shows at 6-1. 13-2 then for Todd. Curious Carlos, 7-1. It's then 14-1 bar these. So they all go then for the Class 4 handicap hurdle over 2.5 miles. We'll be back soon with more betting news and commentary from Fakenham. Utoxeter 210, first number 13, Percy Thrower, 11-2, second number 6, Choo Choo Boogaloo, 10-1, and third number 1, Ace Ventura, 10-1, non-run at number 10, and 12 ran. Yeah, very well supported second favourite, Percy Thrower, for that opener at Utoxeter, and has landed the spoils in the first-time visor in most emphatic fashion. Fakenham's our other venue are already underway there. The 225, the next on their card is a 2.5 mile hurdle race, and early show betting has Trapper Peak as the market leader, shows at 3-1. It's 4-1 for half a piece. 11-2 Late Night Lily. Smart Getaway, that shows at 6-1. 13-2 then for Todd. Curious Carlos, 7-1. It's then 14-1 bar these. So they all go then for the Class 4 handicap hurdle over 2.5 miles. We'll be back soon with more betting news and commentary from Fakenham.
And welcome back then as we go live to Fakenham. Runners are down at start then for race 2 in the card. We continue with a Class 4 handicap hurdle. 2.5 miles is the trip ahead of them here in a field of 9 runners in opposition. They all stand their ground, and Trapper Peak, who's won each of his last 3 starts, including on his seasonal reappearance early this month over today's trip at Southwell, is the 2-1 market leader, bidding to follow up off a £3 higher mark, having scored narrowly by a short head, but entitled to improve again since that was his first run since February. He's the well-supported 2-1 market leader. 4-1 then for half a piece, who's been running fairly consistently of late, and put on a decent effort behind Carn Top and Southwell last time out. Also over the 2 mile trip, stepping up in distance could bring out a little further improvement. It's then 13-2 for the top weight Late Night Lily. It was a fall in the season return, a beaten favourite last time out, and Southwell beaten some 8 lengths on that particular occasion for the Skeleton team. Bridget Andrews takes them out. It's then 7-1 for Smart Guestaway in the first time cheek pieces. He's been running consistently well since the maiden hurdle victory at Southwell in late July. And it's 7-1 also for Todd, and 8-1 Curious Carlos, and 12-1 for Megabucks. Amanto is 22-1, and Hilary John 33-1. So well-backed favourites here in the shape of the progressive Trapper Peak, who is now short as 15-8 as they start the race of the flag. They're walking forward at Fakenham. Let's take in the call.
Yeah, starting run over on the far side of the track here, and slowly walking forwards.
This event is now in play.
Starter has got the flag raised. Looks as though Hilary John is going to be certainly prominent. And they have now jumped off, so racing away for this handicap hurdle. And it is indeed Hilary John who leads them down towards the first obstacle. Megabucks is prominent as well towards its outside. Just in behind them then comes Trapper Peak as the first flight, and all over its safety. Last to rise towards the back was half a piece. But it's Hilary John who's moved on by about a couple of lengths. And a reasonable gallop by the look of things from Trapper Peak on the inside of Megabucks. And then on the outside, just moving forward now, is Late Night Lily. These are being tracked in turn by Amanto. They're all quite tightly bunched in behind the leader as they approach flight number 2. Hilary John over it, a little bit stuttering, but he's over it in front. From in second place, Megabucks. Then on that one's inside comes Trapper Peak. On the outside is Late Night Lily. They're tracked by Amanto in the big cheek pieces. Then on the rails comes Smart Getaway, who's quickly followed by Todd, and then Todd's been followed by Curious Carlos. Still at the back is half a piece as they come down to the flight and before the stands, and it's Hillary John. Rather ballooned that, and is almost joined by Megabucks, just a neck between them as they come up to the winning post with 2 circuits to run then. It's Trapper Peak still at the rear, towards the rear, but all travelling well within themselves at this stage. Hillary John still got a narrow advantage over Megabucks in second, and then improving Trapper Peak. Then on the outside is Late Night Lily. As I take that next flight of hurdles, Late Night Lily followed towards the inside, then by Amanto. Amanto's tracked in turn by Smart Getaway. Only about 6 lengths covering the entire field, still just at the back at this stage is half a piece to make their way on towards the next. So with the advantage, it's still Hillary John on the inside of Megabucks. Jumped that one better, gone on by half a length again. Late Night Lily to the outside of Trapper Peak, they dispute third. Right on their heels is Amanto. A short gap to the others as they now come to take a left-hand turn over on that far side, and it's still Hillary John who leads them. From Megabucks on the outside, Trapper Peak, this well-backed favourite, travelling smoothly in a good spot now on the rails. And then out wider, Late Night Lily. Also travelling quite well is Curious Carlos, that's getting a bit closer on the outside of Amanto. And then comes Todd, who's just in front of Smart Getaway, and finally half a piece. So turning once again for home, and led still by Hillary John, who might have briefly been headed, but otherwise is led from the start here. Comes to this next flight, be last in a circuit's time. Moving forward on the outside is Late Night Lily, Megabucks between them, just a half length covering those 3. They're followed by Trapper Peak, who's had to run the race up to this point. Just coming off the bridle momentarily is Amanto. Likewise, being nudged along on that turn was Todd. But it's still Hillary John, the one I'm going to get past. From Megabucks just now being shaken up. Trapper Peak following these. Late Night Lily still going nicely enough. Then behind those comes Todd, who's moved into 5th spot. Also just creeping a bit close to his Smart Getaway. And on the outside, Curious Carlos. One who's dropped right back is Amanto. That's lost its place and been passed by half a piece as they make their way down to the 3rd last now. And Hillary John still just in front of Late Night Lily. A Trapper Peak now, and now shooting up on the inside, making rapid progress. Is half a piece, has got a seam right up the rails, which is a little bit surprising, and he's gone to the front here under Keelan Woods. A bold move. He's really increased the tempo as well. Got Late Night Lily off the bridle in 2nd. Trapper Peak is in 3rd, and quite a few others dropping off. Here's a second last over it, half a piece in front. Stolen a 2-length advantage. Trapper Peak, though, now has him in his sights, has moved into 2nd. Driven in 3rd is Late Night Lily. Then a gap to Smart Getaway, is rather caught out by that increase in pace. Again, 1 or 2 almost slip up on the turn there, but they get away with it, and Trapper Peak has now reeled in half a piece and driven to the front, goes on by a length and a half. Half a piece trying to respond. They're clear of Late Night Lily. 1 flight to jump. Trapper Peak is on top by about a couple of lengths. Jumped it okay. Half a piece trying to get back at him. He's doing his level best, but Trapper Peak is holding the advantage of about a couple of lengths. Beats half a piece in 2nd. Late Night Lily just held on for 3rd, and then Curious Carlos and Smart Getaway.